authority to foolish people.
They do what?
Give great authority to foolish people.
They do what?
And they give great authority to foolish people.
They do what?
Give great authority to foolish people.
They do what?
Give great authority to foolish people.
That's why when you are going, you must vote, and you must use conscience and conviction to vote. Because there are some people, they must never have authority. They must never have power. Because when they have power and authority, they destroy a country. They destroy. That is what is there.
And low position to people of proven worth.
They do what?
Give low position.
Low positions to people who have what it takes to deliver. They won't give it to people who are qualified. I've seen people who have come from Europe, North America, Canada, with what it takes to move this country, and they will so frustrate them till they pack their things and say, Papa, I'm going back. And I say, why? He said, they won't let me do help. They will not let me do anything. And you can go to the top, and the top won't do anything, because that person he has given authority to is one of the people who help him to win the elections. So even though they know the person doesn't have what it takes, they will not move the person to put the person who can help move the country. They will leave the person there to mess up the country. That is what is going on.
I have seen servants riding horseback like princes.
Servants. They haven't accomplished anything in life before. Suddenly, they become princes. And you must respect them. You must honor them. And if you dare dishonor, disrespect them, or say anything they don't like about you, they will use their money, social media, come at you, do everything to discredit and destroy you. All such people, in the name of Yeshua, let them be hanged in the name of Jesus. Let them not go unpunished in the name of Jesus. Let them all together be slain. Talala katalawas, ilanda kasum, kifalahan, wahasin, kitum da kasalam. Let the sword of the Lord go after them. Let there be massacre. Let there be mourning and tears within their walls. Hey! Let them know that they are mortal men and not God. Any evil they are cooking through this election, by anyone through any means, to carry it out, let it backfire this time. Let them be uncovered this time. Let it backfire this time. Let the angel of death oppose them this time. Put your hands together. Pray that prayer right now. Oh, angel of death, go after them. Strike them. Oppose them. Incapacitate them. And let them know that they are mortal men and that they are not God Almighty. We need leaders who love this country more than themselves. We need people who love Ghana more than their political party. We have to specifically say, God, we want you to intervene in this election. We want you involved in this election. We want you to intervene, step into the equation, prove to men that you are God. We are deploying, we are daring you, we are summoning you to step in this election. On that day, let their plans backfire. Let their keys and the weapons they are depending on, let it slip out of their hands. Let it elude them. Hey! Madakasa. On that day, whatever their intentions and their plans are, to carry out an evil plan. They and all the people they have joined hands with, and they have spoken in secret, and they have planned evil against this nation, against justice, and against the good of this country. On that day, whether they are plotting in the air, on land, water, in the rocks, the fountain, anywhere, please stand on your feet. Let it backfire on that day. Put your hands up, pray that prayer. Let it backfire. Go and tell them.
Backfire, say so for the bread. Hot 93.9 FM, so we my memoir, Hamo Aquaba. No me no about pounds, money do back pepe, and ne Wada, October bosom in the Tosso June, Fimpinunia June. bosome na ekɔ na wie no yes odi BBC wani so se bosome ekɔ na wie no wawie enyam bia mpache wadu mfimfini mpo ana ahyase na kosi sei na fa no be senso so tempepepe na se bosome no pa ya twagu the following month besim no esi ya pe na se abato no hit up abato ne bre no na se asoa ne sa aso 4 years na yeto aba no na se emada o yeto aba wie pa na January 7 4 years na koba se yeto aba na se yeto aba wie asomasi na re ne hwe emfie na eda anim no na se emada emfie ni o ni se nyame adoma aka na frama akoma akonso ma bosumi akona wie bosumi besim twagu ya nso pepepe kan ho biem na se bosumi ne baako minya Africa ene na otwemi no ntem pepepe Ghana be decide okroma Biom sinimidi ne Agya Wusu ansa na yawe ya jana dom so esira so amani dodo be ne woka na se kese na se konyini ene de be man twedi amponkwa mbasa ya pempen so ya ne je ho ya da se pa no bia na nya ne sei ebenya japade nyina bia shada so pam nenso efra no pabesi sesemre wati wani ente efra no pabesi sesemre oka ho nka yes na de jande adomo kwa enkwani enfie pi na da wani mi de biem na aka ode o ma sabe kawai de kra ubia mo nenye na Biom so wie ya tena se nkitam de de brewo me betena se wie ya na menya signal se Agya monchake executives no se you tak for se strike no almost suspended strike no ai kakra mo keka mo se mo se aban na se watu na mo bia na mo ne de no mo kan se enunti mo pusu mo bi before na labor union for kra na ehemu kena obae labor union se yenya akomo se da bi yen declare strike na wi members ni bi bai se da bi de omu ye no omu twinsinsan na nya no na bo omu na mo man kasa soso atena se ehu se anamonto ba akomienu bi oho a aban na ya wa kire sampa se galamse no otu hwana mo sanso so ena enra the NPP majority caucus no nano de si nyina chinu ne yetese NPP be press conference ho ama so the national communication director Richard Ahiagba ne nkrofo be press conference aday Agya almost press conference ni duruwa ne Mr. Speaker order mashibia man papa yes na ensi Mr. Speaker why irredeemable maza Speaker I the irredeemable now the Speaker den kwa na sia ya gina enyi you save and save we well enra that was a press conference led by Richard Ahiagba na area bedin komopi hwa muntie NCC for say election 2024 na ye be kono de omo so survey kakra mu de omani ato from ne efom nkitawudi akoso ne etrese vote buying be koso pa enkrofo be hwe politician anim agimisika ansa na akoto aba na say ye kwa akoto conscience no NCC for enra yes omo say omo anya regions be se miensa bi oha no kra de ne ko na regional a top pa western north region western north say enipa be se dubi abi yomagina obi a wanya kra 9 de be ka se ye de abane de sika ma ye nto sika ntomba jisika ansa no mato yes if you want say upper west region sanso na bunu east region yes omu nyina say wabeje we want man in fanchen kra yes na ewie nkitawudi na doso ebeje bre na afie di nkomo pi nkomo na bekoso ha no ene me o empanifo ankomo kwako file yes Ghana ebiem to se wa pese ko presidential race ni bi no mi o mienu wa ha nkomo file ko ye na omotame antam no se there be still yebetu support ye no mbedi nkomo but quickly yenko na ye ni owura Mauli Agbenu eni nkomo kakra na opanyini ono Greater Accra director edema NCC edmekuru panyina wi wote nkan mo ha
Agya Wusu
na wapom ti sei
boko na wusu
na mi gusu hwe nkakra se yeyam na ya hye kakra pe report na se several amoye ne report free mobile
ai
yeah na National Commission for Civic Education dia ne kofa asankita die baaye na die mpo anti na nkrofo so obeji sika ansa no atoaba in this elections.
Yo, thank you. Internal matters of concern to the Ghanaian voter no. A flagship program here, a research every 4 years since 2004. There do a fear you beto abano. Na ye be bisa Ghana for say bebe mpa na wo omakuma so a ompese government yema omo. Inti normally no ye no ntem na politicians no ahu no so omo de ayedwuma. But sometimes no normal bi muntu no emba ntem but abase say so no a sa na akire say na Ghana for omupe into every 4 years no election year biano yes our research no Ghana nyina all 276 this year 276 districts and research no work say deben no work Ghana for so amakuma so say omupe say mo government eyema omo
na in this case then ye kwa arrive say edu abato na say sika piema ana sika mpiema yento. Now ye call constituency bia na sankomodi efraba.
Yes. Into no afiwe no questions na ye bisa no. Ye de bi ka ho say ye obi ma osika say fatu aba. Obeji sika no ana. Ena omo ti say aka na be 46% aka be du nchemfa say I obeji sika no no mo avoti. Ena obi mu so ko kan say omo de omo be say wo ma omo sika asa na omo voti into no ye fa no say nipa 10 ye yi nipa 10 na nipa ba ko wo mu anu de o say ye ma no sika je say ye ma no sika asa na voti e na e wo constituency bia ni ho a ye bisa amafo say wo be ji sika na de voti obi omo si dedi omo regions bia this constituency bia obi mu ho a omo si omo de omo ji sika asa na omo voti
yeah na no mo tiase say ujisika ansa na watu aba no omote ase de say vote buying
omote ase pa say vote buying because ye mu chiro mu ana mo say ai sa
na ede na sintia reasons be the territory
good o say say no be akodo no ye wo NCC no ye faso say amafo bejisika ansa na ma vote because eye wasede say obeto aba a duty of a citizen say obeto aba. In fact in some countries no who want to aba papa ebetimi akochill to say North Korea say want to aba ebechill say identity want to aba na Australia so want to aba mfunso say want to aba but Ghana ha no enye by force so we vote but eye wasede and na ye wadwuma eye duty say e was so ko vote ntino ehia kra say ubajisika but who say nyoma SCC na sign especially who primaries are political parties ni nyina mo ye no openly any by elections about Ghana no openly no amafo chesika ama voters say omo jisika so omo vote mai and say say no akoye no enye say politicians nkwapo na omo sika asana on vote ba omo nti na ya this share research no say ye be bisa amafo and the result ni ya no amaya kuma ya kuma kra ase
na say na anhwe ya yenim so bia de akoma pe kwa akoto aba na so man ba pe akoto aba no ye benya nkrofo bia mo de se mo nsa anka bibi pa mo nkopo so
yes enteno obi mu wo ho a omo de omo si uma omo sika omo njisika but omo si omo njisika is almost half and also no a hard drink because nipa bi do sa aye omo adwin say omo njisika asa na omo vote no e say ye democracy no be ma say corruption be koso ebema say politicians no omumbu electorate no they are omupe na ombeye ebe reduce accountability because on him say bibia obeye no o mouse cape na aka obebu chairman na okọ na wa ojisika no ontime nya ekukudro ego catch politician say they are we no enye because wa mouse Canada 93.9 say sika no eba no enye free e was say e bia wa kochi loan wo baby e na wa uses as sika no e was say uchi sika no e na research so actually say galamsey here e course no sika no be nyankwan e ko political party mu a omni years anoma
hey galamsey ni sika no ko amanyo semnim
research actually say galamsey sika no e be ko political parties mu
okay
you know because Ujino say omunya sika no he na omdi yes ade because obi crap no omunya ba police omunya ba power but or was sika or spending onya sika no he won't make us say wa we aban sika
okay
e na odi yes ebi ono ani sika ebi wa koji loan o baby ebi so ebi ya galamsey sika into about government kwan bia obefa so anya sika no e was say ebi obema contract ama obi ana ebi obema concession say okay we dey me sika ho nti ko tu galamsey wa that dey nyina obema say ye man be say e na yen man bank asa no yen timi mbita bia o government ho say onye mai
because yedi kan dey bribe ansa na ye to ho aba. Yeah.
Okay.
Me say because you can't the bribe and san yet to aba.
What you can't the bribe and san about to aba.
Regions Bena a man ye who and I say adi dosun also pa.
But you can be
Regions Bena adi any ehu also and I say sad ye betin ya koso kese.
Oh, well region bia koso range between 15% to 19%, 22%, and do 30% there.
Okay.
But region bia obia say ombejisika asana ombetiaba.
The dangers in it says ana ekoba say tememu fo bejisika ansa no ato aba.
Okay, danger ba ko ni say ebema corruption akosro. And na yentimi nya bi dia amfeku because yes citizens no yakasa ya bi so ama politicians no say expect say omo man scancer na emu vote man because ye feel say omo ko omo nya bi wo enti na wo so bi say no say omo house ka no and enti na no so e mouse ka say obekọ ho enti debe na e wo ho a obetia scancer because who call parliament say and who back government say obesumi e ban say na who chair ka say me pese me sumu na che say e be corruption akoso. That is one. Two, e be environmental degradation so because omo chia sika no ebi ya nya bebi a wa kwanya sika free ebi a sika free galamsey for ho ebi so sika free criminals for ho inte be ma crime be cost because a criminal be na ma politicians sika all the better vote no na ya vote amana no or ya de boni bia politician no ntime chi no all the make say police crabo ko chi no say police dey ko chi no because political power no on the same no e be ma say all the nye inte be ma ya mai ni na be ka ko di obi mu sema aka enye sikenti a aka omo bi yanim ebe so say omo adwumpa ma man no ene akomapa ma man no oni sika ontimi ba government because omo sika na motimi aba government no enti effects dey big kwa but we better to no ni say ebe ma corruption akosro
na ebe ma voter turnout no so no akosro ana kwan be so ana ebe kofom.
Okay, yeah, besides say amafo abegbotu more than 80% say afi we dey ometu aba. Enti no, ye na yam besides say sika mo beji nti na
mobetu aba
na nya sika motu aba enti ntimi hu say ebetinya ama voter turnout be kosoro ana because yam besides asem no.
Okay. Na say afi abato no mbeto pa.
Afi dey shows on betu pa because more than 80% say ombeba abetu.
Omo say
but they are gini say Omo first time voters. Omo register this year.
Yes, 18 years and above. No.
First time voters.
Yes.
Omo first time voters. Gen Z for no. They brace omo to aba.
Hey. Omo na.
They brace omo to aba. Na I want to agree. How no until the say no. Yeah, we juma. Yeah, say. I was say yeah connect young people. We make sure say yeah encourage you omo.
First time voters ni so omo to aba say.
Be brave because. Almost at the paper there every about no. But every one was say almost to about 1992 Western men. Almost did ya almost almost the brace on the booty.
Okay.
Almost say I register, almost rather almost say almost everyone and their dream at the how Kakraba.
Okay.
Because the future belongs to the youth.
Yes.
And so almost lose hope for democracy no more. Let's just say assembly by NCC and will be a wajuma. Say was say you making sure say young people the first time voters in Kasa no mo pie no mo vote.
Okay. Na omo say empanifo no so mbeto no anase 80% ombeto aba no. Omo say dia so no mo gina ato.
Oh, because I am civic duty.
Okay.
I said yes, it was say who call out not to aba because democracy there. So we just say move to aba next year because you say you call dictatorship and authoritarianism.
Okay.
Into I was say yeji tum say did afibia ya said here any adwuma say you call out to aba.
Okay. This is say na dia na be to bring those afa na omanya 18 years so cast agency for no dia na be to bring them on board say ombetimi ato aba no bi.
More engagement. Nti ye geji omo ye di omo kasa say e wo dwuma se wan ko to aba obema obi a onyini adwi papa ma oman no obeto aba ama wanya government abi a wo mpe ebi a wo feel say wo adwi mpe say wo go to aba wo go waste time obi wo ho a wo ko vote ama bad government and obet na ase wo ti me ka say nyame na me vote ma government we ntino me ntina ase nti ye ba what ya say once we Ghana ni no e wo so call out e ko vote e wo say wo so say voting no a privilege because enye obia na betimi vote.
Okay.
Amapo Ghana have be omunye Ghana for omutimi vote because unye Ghana ni. This say na obi musu wantimi register.
Okay.
Now wa register no we say we make sure say we use your vote no wako out wako vote.
Okay. Na womu akoba say chinchina ombeji scansa no mato aba no. Dia na mo so mbeka kire the politician should the politician go ahead and pay for their vote and answer bende.
You know, as for the politician, yes, sir, but because of what Jimboni say on himself, so I must come on voting manu, and also say Oba Abaimu, Oba ya dear and fata, into the oppressor of Chiacano. And I who say political parties no, Omakaza political parties as a whole, no, ni Adin Fin and Adimboni Emma Ghana. Political parties bia Obebano, Omo per se. Omo policies but chrono simple but obimu omo omo use that political party no e dia ye emo adwemboni a omo ni ba nti e dia omo be kasa but we mu no politicians omo ni obi a omo ni hwe omo ni made omo ye nti e wo say emra no na e wo say e yadwuma e chi omo we dia enye nsisi yadwuma e dia omo be kasa but so be to voter I was say emra chi no because or full emrano so emra Ghana say yes say obetiaka asana ya hoti ama na say yes I was say ye di udi so ya nti I was say law enforcement omo make sure say obi a omo mechi no say or chiche sika after the exam omo deal with them
yate panyina wi yebedo ase na bibia ho a kire no yebesa aba mo na so why
yo be da se bebre
yen said as where your friend Mauli Agbenu where Greater Accra Regional Director at the National Commission for Civic Education, that's the NCCE. Yeah, research kakra we no nti e mane nya nwanwa almost for obetwaba in this elections no dodo na yo madwen se omo twen sika. Yes, nti bedu no vote buying ebe kosoro so man kasa no request wo jisika ansa na aba no watumi akwakoto ena 2 wo mu anka first time waba on board a oba beto aba anaso wanya kwan so oto aba no dodo na so mu nto aba no ada ya mu so mu re nto mu hu do mu kwako vote amade yate so mu hu re dia 2:30 na Emra press conference we call so at the MPP National Headquarters, led by the National Communications Director, Richard Agya Wusu.
Mr. Speaker has crossed the be careful line. In other words, Mr. Speaker is beyond redemption as a statesman who ought to help glue Parliament together and see to government business to further the loss of Ghanaians. Mr. Speaker is irredeemable. Even after the Supreme Court has spoken to stay his actions, the machinations that they put up, all the orchestrations they are putting up is designed to ensure that no government business is done. They tried that from 2021, they've been doing it, it hasn't worked. But in these last days, they have purpose to do whatever they can, including disrupting and bringing Parliament to a halt. And so the Speaker's adjournment of Parliament Sunday is not by accident. is by design. What is happening in Parliament at this stage is a desperate push by the NDC, having realized that its evil plot is failing and the NDC is more likely to lose the 2024 election. Mr. Speaker is irredeemable. Even after the Supreme Court has spoken to stay his actions, the machinations that they put up, all the orchestrations they are putting up is designed to ensure that no government business is done. They tried that from 2021, they've been doing it, it hasn't worked. But in these last days, they have purpose to do whatever they can, including disrupting and bringing Parliament to a halt. And so, the Speaker's adjournment of Parliament sine die is not by accident, it's by design.
Okay, and we a designer as a planner to say nyankoye, and by accident the course on minim se bia nra yenua press na kwanya kwambusa ora hia gba question kakra say enyam bia enya by accident no na MPs na MPs na say omukomra shebje fie na omuso omunkono eno no was designed by who the MPP now call Parliament House na speaker beba betina ho MPs na beba no so ntimi enye adwuma na na speaker no mo yekanye den so design by design why they decide design about okay a press conference anra a course well hot 93.9 FM Biom so and a wasugu so utie no penifo no musi nkonwa ha na yetimi nkita odi abrel no make say sie opanyi ba akoba asenka mampanyi dwa no akwanya ba na dem kwa bibia nsi kwan a enkobeko bie eyewura Richard Suma awie okam ho ha na ankosa no ose da bi ya de ARC action for no movement for no ose me no mu beko yes because asemeni so ade hu no mu de no eya ye pe so awie wa ha sanso so ena Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah founder and leader Action People's Party Nana Kwame Asamoah so ne krata ne bibia ne dotwe bia isi keka ne ma boma file ewe no ena also okay menya file ena otwum awie APP Action People's Party founder leader Nana Kenneth Nana Kwame Asamoah no nesi Nana goes Nana camps no awie watna se ewa sanso so ena Ora Kingsley Edumata Japan of Kenya friend MPP UK branch chairman last week no more and a credit score say a credit score and at Ora Takrufimo and communications director yes buy and credit score na but and no many be who still a beer on your bra or the back home dimpen area you know musin kunwa na dinkite odino enso at me bro John akwaba na ho de o he nyametiase e do bade ase say mobile din komo ha na Amansan FM Amansan is you UK and our friend was say na Agya chairman by senior na no panam se mesro men kama sembia wa ha mame chairman ba obey you ana ho de amane ne so mfam ro se de bi nam se no kana play na jini na manasa aru play na jini kafra em se Ghana card inti aru play ni scan de omu ka scan de omu ndi omba na card ya kanu Yura Richard Suma ewa ha we member at the movement for change penina kwaba me da se bra penyin na enuma to say
we are fine on the personal level, but at the national level, things are certainly not fine, which needs a lot of radical changes.
Radical changes?
Yeah.
That is the word.
Yeah.
I know they need to say for na backo. Radical, I bet me the Democrats were about radical changes.
Oh, yes.
Still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're bedding Komaka. Now, Nana Kwame Akwaba.
Yeah, I'm just
what point to say?
I'm not the moon.
The body I say, I'm signal sent from a big ball to buy me family who chew kakra. Na ice in the minya be. Now, Osha. Ara.
Bogasi.
We done the other country. See,
I'm not talking about some so now I come.
Bogus and Boku. What do you so crowd to come? What do you say another issue? The party man in our
yeah.
Abana was a veteran Kakra.
That's right.
Munyan County Munyansa,
Infants
and I never for the Okuyan.
Are they?
Timmy Jayo, Hoko Baby.
Only the Okupiska,
was you discovered a brew. Okupiska group,
Papa Ghana Danasi. Sending in fear Gripa and still out as we drink Ghana.
Richard who said, oh, Disca Gunu.
When you meet Tiasi, Nana Yamisha Piao, free SHS to us.
Freeze me, no one to say a single and almost home to our.
I won't even you know because Sunday. Ometu and I know because Ometu have to crank. The
only policy.
But if you are more Mocassan, one could be
the only policy.
Uncle, it is a Marshall crowd with
SHS.
That's why
you could do their free SHS.
Yeah,
the economy free SHS.
Well, Connecticut here, we are seeing there was a routine at him.
Mr. Zuma,
what do you more than we?
I don't know how will it be okay to join us with the conversation in Tree because mostly we do our programs in Tree.
Oh, I'm okay.
Thank you.
You're blending a crack.
That's good. That's
Now,
good.
the old blending a crack and crumb among us any. Yes, you had to go for the
tree.
I said, I'm
not that on your flu but I love tree and I normally like
and I say you good to museum in your own casano so come take a crank and so no one. I said you always me what me at tea Casafu from my democracy.
Okay, that's it. Nana last week no your chairman be bo a friend say credit score ni hwan be by na bia e be fa kakra but NCC for the kakra minim say bia bibia yes e adwene ho na we say am for say vote buy no be discuss an ya to about
na see adwene e be jansa na ya to
where they
you be discuss an ya
na about vote buy we betimi to account na ya to
me dey say ne dey obi afia na misuma kan dey na say dey say yam koto abafiri bi
are say any Ghana phobia
enkoto abafiri ma hwanu no mo betata parliament ma ye 7 sem hunu nkire obi aba munyi niska
tamu campaign yes no cry criminal offense
why say
vote buy na nkasa
na ye say na radio su TV so MPP for koto aba man for tutu skaka so mo hunu na
eno mo no delegates ni dili e
na no na ye himfo no bu fi Togo
Ghana here
na o delegate no fi Togo beto ababa masa mamenchia wo tifo na menchia wo mi anu so aja
o de nyu nuanum ni
UK man be se menchia mi nuanum so amaba
na ya kan ma obi antibia na dia so wi se dia se wono ni nuanum na ni
be se mamenchia na menchia ye tifo na menchia mi nuanum so a
mi no ya ma ni pie mi nuanum
a mi no maba be hia ha chairman from UK no
we shall see
what's a prayer for UK ababa Ghana say wono de da we di no UK no obeka no okono akodi no aba no agya mo ha sei no abetu futu agumoni a say ye monto men pipi we ya no okọ minu anso de minim wo so won titwie and so obeka twi afafranto man obeka
pa
enti we see NCCA from 92 we from Jerry John Wells time we president for up to 2008 year na Ghana for yesikasem yen tuaba enyisika so what I say na mostly no de na abani gina say party awodo no no akoto aba ama no even though now we don't vote with issues but nasikasem eniwo Osha sikasem no started from 2004 about 2008 na 2009 but the base kasem no be ye kesi pa ya 2012 JDM time and sikasem ebe ye kesi and the free work no agensem na hwe sikasem no pa so at the party power ma sikasem na sikasem we Ghana MPP anytime biala MPP co primaries biya eye unisika uni vote enti wonwa within them no enipa or peye senko be ye adwuma ade aboa Ghana no enam se onni sika ntino we are units in chain ye di obi o sika betum edu behwemu a diama all this buhahaba MPP mu nyina iskasem obi o wal MPP ba power wakonya president in chain ahye a odidi o honum a senko betena wa didi no na afa ni mpeso aso MP was struggling ya wa G power di ma MPP and nam say no wakose president nchi a wanya sika kakra ntilo no adi sika de say na mekwa akotu aso mesi ampani ampa ni nuane ampa obetu nso ya wona si nchen no aba efiri say ofiri presidency na ba na presidency so eta na chi sani amano na akohura MPP nwa amanne party no munya akono biem wo Ghana to the extent they say o maya no usikanie wa agronie ukoko football unuani mu a ye pass ma so what you say because I will share
of Ghanaians so
influence in the majority na sake mimi ntena ho na mo nko primaries na wo nko gisika bia be say 10,000 enko yi obi mfa ne mame say mimi tumi nkoto aba ma ne malaba ye friend say president and I say minister what did they make sure
okay
so that almost primaries no ebinim tua as much as 15,000 Ghana
but can I say o the man be basise dey we are demanding it
ye be say o mo na akire ye na la unia no mo primaries o mo che ya che TV obi gi TV no agi sika no wura fi ana enti se mo koye saade no na mo kotua sika ma nipa kakra bi amo mu be yimu de blaman science amansan yemeto so aba what do you think it will happen
but you be anya ye betimi asoso
sekanye but the andrew die wo mu ankasa nso ama yehunu se eye wo mu ankasa for here I'm not even dealing with MPP alone I'm dealing with general both NDC so what I say omu ankasa me you say ade no se sika ankomu a you will not lose
Ghana for dodo na yi wadwene sade a ye to aba anha nipa dodo be ko pulse ne be kakra bi wana
me dey ka me nkokra ba to nkokra na nka ye ntu because they say the cost of parliament the cost of Ghana we ko to aba no kra no I mean commonsensically no does it make sense
na wan to aba dey
na me che no mu ya no na ama se sa na ma we nyina bi be mu because nka ye nyina no ye peniye binum na ma sa na ma we nyina eba
mate
we need the development of the nation and yes development so what I say so you making money influence to buy my vote but the akodu ni there ebi no buy your madwene sa people will not vote with issues
and we can't blame
money classy and you cannot blame them
money classy yate Ghana for nyina kasi ejiska dia mbetua amamusa akon
so we say you're ready to pay
Mr. Zuma
yes sir
you betimi akon sa amna yi
oh Debbie, on a more serious note no that is not the way forward as a country and as you said yeah my brother Odikanka no it is because we have created that system where only a few at the top are enjoying the booties of the country and you know most of the people they are marginalized they are desperate, they are frustrated, the future looks so bleak amabe breno and you know I say the politicians have sowed a seed within the people and that seed is driven by money, is watered by money, and therefore they are always looking for opportunities say obiabe taking a share of what they have harbored and stored for themselves and you know I don't blame the citizens say omo decided say you have to pay us before we vote for you ideally no that is not how it is done in any civilized jurisdiction but according to Hanu we have belittled ourselves to the point say mediocrity in Yamano is more overriding than intelligence. And you know the politicians have created that mess for themselves. So all we can appeal to the people is that that is not how the country is supposed to be governed, or that is not the direction we're supposed to be going. Say and a day will come, you get some your friend will say like a psychopath will be an adreno and he has all the resources. Okay. He has all the resources. Can decide to pay everybody 10,000 Ghana cedis, and you vote for him. How many people vote every year to make a president? Averagely about 5 million people. So multiply 10,000 Ghana cedis by 5 million people. So if he buys 5 million people, he has bought over the entire nation. And then he will come and become a monster, and then he will turn the nation upside down. At the end of the day, he will tell you he paid you for you to vote for him. Yeah. And you know, Mestre say, yen sisan ya adwin na yen redirect your orientation no. Then we say yes, the politicians have created it, but now that people are emerging on the scene like Alan Moore to contest as independent presidential candidates that have the tendency said they can bring everybody on the table. Where what you can give, but it's a politics of conviction, not convenience. Okay. That is the only way we can move forward as a nation. So I only appeal to them not to go on that path.
But this is the time, so I feel you say. Sankrofo pesca.
Brena there's a candidate omu pesa akwese cocoa season. On say dey be your orientation is a cocoa season na there. Abba. And to be a per harvest of the cocoa no. Yes. What you say? Na make say everybody assume say the politicians have harbored Sikanu wo ho. Sikanu dey wo ho. Alan Krampo see aye campaign ma Alan Krampo others openly ask you na Alan Osika. Yes. Na Alan Osika. Ha you probi a Osika. We see Alan, because Alan is not giving us the expecting. Yes,
he's not giving.
He's not giving. So we need to demystify that perception. So it is only the media who can help. Say able to demystify that perception. He say yes, sure, be we must say cocoa season, but me my call on that path. Gradually, we may change the narrative.
But in your situations whereby first-time voters, the donors or Casa want to buy special no kaji. This is a research by the NCCE.
Yes, you see, the first-time voters, no, I call it like he said, they are making the canker, and he said, we are not creeping everybody into line. There's no checks and balance in the system. And in Kolana or Moabano, you see, when you are having a child, what mommy and daddy does at home, that's what they copy. Okay. But what you must hear. So in Kolana or Moabano, when we say Penifono or Muesruhono, it's all about themselves. It's strictly about themselves. And to know on himself, Kojina Kiyumu, Eko to Abamawa, we are. There's nothing on the table for him. Okay. For instance, we be Eka about digitalization. It's good. Digitalization don't improve an economy in its entire state, but it helps improve service delivery. It improves and enhances service delivery. Yeah. So if something you can do in a minute, but it doesn't bring food on the table.
But Safwe nyina ye nkrofo mwe senior higher dia umuntiminka umbetimi akase umuhuri anasa memono umuhuri.
No, I say you see it's about abundance of opportunities.
Okay.
That is what to let somebody know say the system is good enough for me say let me sorry me to me ako fire 8 hours be or baby anya kitu be the idea so when there's abundance of opportunities they know say I am factored in it. Okay. But when there are limited opportunities, now no sorry now one call ya ni baby and now I call hustle, I call pian truck, I call you know they are graduated from secondary school, but after secondary school what next? They are still at home with their parents. They say, "Ni mami and we are kinky man will be or need the obede." So they are frustrated. Let me admit you, there are no many students who have graduated from senior high, but they are really frustrated. They are really frustrated because the cutoff point are called a secondary school. So after the secondary school, you are the mercy of your parents and yourself.
Okay, that's it. Hot 93.9 FM. So Richard Suman, your friend, were a member. Movement for Truth and a movement for change. Yeah.
Yes.
And we are watching in Ghana. Now, UK branch chairman of the MPP of Akenswa over. And young one say NCC report anyway, Beba.
And young if we say me, I have been very consistent. I have condemned bribery in terms of CAD. Cheska Manipa, Amaya dia Tuaba, Amaya. And in media me I am known say nyadia me betra na mabeta party biachi na when Kasas is here and I know sometimes I don't want to refer to certain areas because maybe are very positive to go to certain points but or I refer say Alan Cash and because of unknown nature, unknown how was he presenting himself into a man. Alan Cash, then he didn't Alan Cash, and they want him. If we say, before say, oh, Shemua, if we are an scan now for mountain, if we are or say, or no, this canty, I would be clear, so that say, be an anchor can be one part. If we are going to be uncle, but millions of the kick they are from so almost disqualified no na when you client pass the test no it is here no
if I will for the
and you chichim na man
yeah another na musami na o ka de uni
we and this on one terminating
one file yeah
oh now last what do mama kasa be kasa o you know mama tugu
ara ba campaign
asale ba so ya campaign ma musami
and you don't problem me betra na quiet and what disappoint me sir
now really ni mo
drum the buy I mean say I say ka oni yaji nkoi what did yes kuko zo ko je osubroni enye hwe nyame obi amre baba obi amre baba eti so what ya sign dia nenne for woni di machi kakra na yenye patriotic people na yenhwe kwan ben na yenyina kabom na yechikire o my Ghana ebetumi ayiye nti Agya Wusu
vote buying na dey bekoso
vote buying no yeah madwini mu before say eni kwan say obia koto vote ni kwan say obia to
obianto
bia nkonko kansempa mfanchire Ghana man edi kan ma menchia na mse menua no mse obia nche da nchia ni ntima ma yabu mra no so menchia omu a omu etie yen oza ania amse bia me abrochire na ya amama ya kafra mu fanche meden di mechia tiefo na menchia MPP UK mpanifo a me no mu ya adwuma any party mano the city true force so chapters and executives no ya adopt constituencies bebre o ha 13 constituencies in UK ya adopt
okay
the dona ba bia badada omo maka nam kwam resource ide be ya adwuma the NTSS ya to aba eno nti na MPP UK for the ya ba ibinum nam kwam na omo abedru so ya ma omo nyina so akwaba yeah enti personally I think say as I say it to me ehu ade nti necessary to aba
okay
we ya na me no be din komo e fa batu ya na me tadi nkomo za me bada bia me taxi na ba na se uba ne ade eti me ba me di uba ne nam ti me din komo pa na me din komo bi ama na me bisa obi about how abayo obeto was want to
obey
senia no mo kan ya me ba me didi nkomo nza me said that bisa first thing
yeah
abaye betu ndi binum so omuntu binum so ombeto
yeah
I normally me sheda enso so enkanchiro mo se koto aba mawe me kachiro mo niema anu nti o mo hwe so emfanto aba is a decision making you have to listen and follow the policy directions as to how we build this country very very important and intino ade ba ko amede bedi kan tu nkronya mianim ni either say MPP ebeto na control no so na wa hihye ni yie ananso say yan be decide say baby a yedi aduro no a nyina ye ne adi akira ya hu no yenhwe mu yemfa mandisi na yemfa emotions emfanto aba na yedi amandisi na o manage they can't they won't be paying if we say yaman penny dada kufo eja GDP growth of 8.5% plus oil euro lunch matimu nyina timutintima no mukonkodren ema yetimi be dru sampempen so no na euro atamel so be fire ye de oil to so na 2010-11 ono atimi paja GDP growth mu ko do 14%. We've been there before. We born this abaso in that particular direction adwuma mu yes that time no na yekonya euro mama na euro atamel score adwuma na wa mafie nyame mfa ne currency na euro mama take over from 14% growth GDP na wotumi dwiri nyina to gu ya ma ne back to 3.4%. Wa abra na coronavirus bi ani wiase na Ukraine war bi ani wiase na osade ye ko share IMF wase na the title and that's all they call IMF ne say okọ akọpe policy credibility adwenya ye de ebu oman hihye niema NDC omo ma yete ase se omo nibi nti omo ko IMF no ma ko di policy credibility abebo mu chidom no motimi ahwe so mbetimi aya ankosi aga na Ghana for pam omo a MPP for be so mu a omo hihye ne kama speed pa gonna na do kraba o ka say he's in a hurry to build this country. First year 2017 Euro Lancher Martino Kahun ya Bonabaso Yadie 2018 2019 7% growth GDP.
For the first time.
Yeah, sign a year free IMF.
Yeah.
And corona virus bushini ebaya osabeje hwe for mane na na do buy say ni pane ebo ni ntimi ko form ma na mum so man hwe from dia ye be ye nkakran na ya san baba ke ne me no kasa sisi ai emra ndisi sori akọ na oye o mo best yewra mama hwe atogu na 3.4%. Sisi ya kra na niema ye ka ho asem nyina nkodini nyina mu ye GDP growth over 6%. Etinye bia ni hu as you say rating agencies are start to say afi omo se Ghana ehya se bon homodin bim eti me mesre say yenhwe saa ni mo no so na yenfa ntoba na yentimi ma protective free SHS na yentimi protect adwuma yura na nado aya
me da say me bana mnam say obia bia interest say Ghana forest so to be specific or kakra. But you be deal with what happened in Parliament. Now, majority for in who the friend majority minority, yeah, train Supreme Court ruling, a beer boycott. Okay, yes, I'm free Parliament umra. Or Baba Eduma through what means any other. Thank you, Tony. John, na kwame. My answer say, and no best is no more. Before
5 minutes.
Yeah, and I know. Open say 7 minutes.
About 10.
10 years also. Chairman. Parties in also manifestos.
Sabin previous.
Yeah.
Yanko school to say the minimum of my school yibi. O money jamu tebrofo ye tebrofo ye kuku asitamu mu school ye dofu. So ati asi. Enti ya brofo mu ka atimi ye ni so mu ye enti asi ye. So ati asi. You see, you cannot eat your cake and still have it. And I just
that is the right
you can't eat your cake and have
it, right?
Okay.
So the other one.
School floor.
You can't have your cake and eat it. It doesn't really make sense, but that is the right way of
but yes, you say
you can't eat your cake and have
and still have it.
The same thing.
And I say the same thing. Minya, you see, a party like MPP, sometimes Sebi prayer say we say Ghana for we are so dummy to the stand they say as a sebi ya dwene said that nya adwuma as ye ni adwene aye de tina kurom ha no mu kwa na adwene ekuta wo mo Ghana for so what you say menua ya no an say na amene dia koma sanye ma we nyina be nyina wo pesubo ni nyina ye nchichire fanso MPP fu ye wo mo ayo mo wano ma kokode wo mo kwa tifi kokko hunu nsuo no ma ba na afo aba bebusa se ensuo no hwefo ne hono yati kromo ha se yo musi bibia yemfa constitution na nya adwuma na menua ade ya black untimi ntene no ma nya white da ena ade ya white nso untimi ntene ma nya white black nso so da na emom no mpanimfo bu babi se abra wachi aboa wofo a wonwe ne nsa no aya na wahwe wo nsa yefiri se wofo ne nsa te se nipa nsa edi so okutafo nsa na wo ka anhwe ya wo do nsa afra koka ebi nene akoto MPP fo no emra 2020 wo mu di ye wo mu nwa asiama eno de ya ne atwere kama speaker Yet the Trekoma speaker. Do you know why? Because at that time they have enough majority. It is like 10 people crying and no free at that time. They still hold the seat of majority. Because at that time, no over almost about 40 MPs over than the NDC. It is a 10 cry free one and how enti wo mu ye say ebegu a enwu ebeshi anhyesia ma yempeno ema president kura call nim peso aso koka kire Ghana for say onu wontimi ni independent candidate nya adwuma enti ma yam to masia ma mebo ana ene die MPP for wo mu na tibrofo wo mu na akọ school ene die fofia antoata atwabo wo mu ene ne wo mu kire ye senya mra ni sitie ba mre bi de na wo mu nim senya mra ni sitie mre bi de ada na ye na ye party for no ada na ye ntwere nkoma speaker we ye hwan and we no be using authority say wa ma microphone we free parliament. Look, MPP, this kind of double standard na ya mo play no, you should stop it, because Ghana ye people have grown up and people have seen a lot of things in your actions, and it's a bit butiawa. You should understand it. So what you say, Linia, sometimes ayana Mamudu Biom ayana no hear me mobo gentle no hear me mobo mo say wotimi ko gina platform so ka say NDC for pe parliamentarian pe majority a wo mu nkonkoto menua currently between NDC and MPP was there any majority? There is no majority. 137. You don't have majority, so don't portray say you have the majority. It is lucky and the independent political man among rejecting the someone in your Zuma. Even one more can say, well, see, I will do business with MPP. Speaker, yeah, no what way. Yeah. And no more Canada pay. Well, no, not really. No, so. So when the MPP for the business, dear, and you me medical na MPP for one majority. And can speaker bet me, I can say, okay. So also ni MPP for the business dia do see a vote no about the vote ma he could have done that. That's now independent. He could have done that. And that was share speaker and committee ma guy na ko MPP for. So what you see but because speaker no what you hono no or Dwene Ghana ho na one person basa ni problem besi enti then he declared the man say ko join MPP na mo majority. But I'm say speaker no I say oya ho mpam gene asem ma na che o kwa akoma de ni menua the okay siama de say MPP for ne tro de coy speaker je we obi antro bi ankoma party ni so on fire menua some say kroma say the constitution e yes but I'm say 97 wakan in 2 minutes time. Hey, so 97 wakan. Intimimity ya isa menya a member of parliament. Yeah, okay, 97 na. Eh no, o se dey be a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. So if you are not a member of parliament, what is your business doing at parliament? Okay. What is your business? Was he a member of parliament? One can a political party and now individual. Was he a member? So if you are not a member of parliament here, what is your business doing at parliament? Okay. What is your business? Common sense. You don't have no business at parliament. So they say a member of parliament shall vacate his seat. Okay. And go back to the G. The G will clarify it straight. So what you say? And who are we talking about? And the speaker here no dey from so. Now, madam, we don't need anybody to trigger speaker. Okay. Look, Ghana no, mama nchira you bu your good nyama bebere. Hwe, Sanka Haruna Idris kura ankofa ma. Speaker wouldn't have done this. You know that. Okay. Something trigger it. Na adie bia for the benefit of that person bia will be benefiting bia no he can trigger into an action enti ntina siama de no trigger so at here enti Haruna Drisu who say, hey,
a benefit in the party.
Because there is no way MPP will do that because it will be a disaster for them.
Okay.
So I say, knowing that their own constitution, automatically with bold letter.
Let us say.
Ghana for some previous. Pampan so our pamoma so onye se da nu more than you. Ni mu ni nyina yepe. Na MPP for the mistake that they did ne say. Currently no all the leaders MPP is choosing are very disastrous.
Disastrous.
Party. Because afenyo market on the bimuka say chairman san the one more. Was there mentions that you should brofa but you know how to deal with the people.
Okay.
Obetimi o madin kuta ho. Afenyo is too arrogant like he knows everything. And he want to mini e bipa kwant na say oh minya asema ba yi. And camera what T say Haruna Wusu kura kasa no. And the first thing no afra Haruna oh minya Haruna we dey nyina yenim. Yabu yani aguso ya pacho America kaka krebi we dey mesremu a mama ni nkoda ni nyina ye entrance na ye Ghana yi
ni betima ni fiase mo
betimi aka na se me minua sase wo yesi na me fan se minua ya me ni ti ho sei se me si me take action na minua ya frɛ me oh kwame na se we dey wa unu nyina yi ne me ye mra de na no ye Ghana fo emra no kura kaka krebi we nko fa hwemba ye ntre ma de dada ya tere mu dada na kura wo dia kura dia yes de say ye dia ya ba yi kura you say you ko fie create something for the people to know say you are a leader. But you cannot always fight with the people and then come back and tell the people say we should have a friend say what do you call it? No.
That's it.
The leaders of MPP have failed them totally. And the wars and the problem that they have created, they should blame our fellow markets and the people over there. Because women are professor and as someone can better Fiona can brown in Nasumia. Then two no say minimum Supreme Court. Quite says the same. And the speaker say where they are they na say no. Most are catching speakers say rather than Monko country. Supreme Court for and say Supreme Court for speaker say what you monsa can speaker no samra. You see sometimes you Ghana nye nyina ye chichire Ghana ye ya ye ma ye nyina Ghana say ya esema kwanya be fa so ye nyina be ye na ahoto beba no. That is what we need it. We don't need any political gimmick any akesesem na ahomaso bia na afa be bubo ya na afa be gina che say we are calling the parliament, but if you call them back here NDC people have they understand so mbomba kwa minority
omudo me majority
say what will happen
me that say Nana Kwame Asamoah any a friend no founder and leader Action People's Party area woten nka no na ovake minim say be away be a sharp response to the Nana Kwame kan dia Nana offer 10 minutes on so
me check me
10 minutes 310 why
they say Mr. London o check it out
310 and a boho I think said to be fair say obi abem 110
and I mean in fact I don't really want to spend too much time on
this
parliament issues even though it's still something that as I say it me kan wasem kakra na menua nana ka say or some be two brofu before me say you can't have your cake and eat it. Na first brofu Wusu yen say constitution no na ani ma men kan twie o man mra pon no no na ye de ye adwuma na MPP for the o ma say o mo de o mo mfa sa mra ne nya adwuma MPP yango twa sika o if any say parliament MPP edemra and ye adwuma ade ne siye kwa be na fa so siye you see me no ade wa come me the whole of this package ni say won say NDC for what na say won say election we mo lose we of course I'm not joking because you see Ghanaians are so focused to extend say right now no nyen kokon ketenketen say mo mu pati o and then ye night club ebeba be 24 hours and then ye prekwa ye be ye nketenkete na ye ka because me da bia me duro ma we mu a ya na me pese me di nkomo a ebetimi ama Ghana for anya hotoso okay me ti wosisi e mame nimdie na jam na me mo me bra
That's your philosophy.
That is how I want my life to be.
Okay.
Mami nimdia because niyama bi ahunta nipa adwene o hwiase a nipa ameni wo mu eye the same age make me aka no kra kire say e bia nimdie bia wo mu onyanti wo mu wuko by default e binum ahwe mpetesiama me no kasa me madi 57 e binum sia tutogu the secret sebio as I say bia otimi hu kwan as so fa so bo ho ban a nimdie nti na wanya nimdie nti awie basa ebi say ye pese ye si school adan a e wo the whole Ghana nyina awie na ye wie a ya mankwala nyangoma sua ho kwan a ombeko no free tenio obi nsusu say waso da ye say odi nkwala no betina ebo so na wa ma wo mu nimdie ebi se umma nipa nimdie a na nimdie no bedoso ampa e wo system mu a omu no momu timi kabom esi suku dan na se usi adan egu ho na usi wo twen ni nyina ya ready na wakọ akọfa enkwala na omu esese omu nya kwan enya nimdie no na wo de wo maba wo bekọ akọduro no na binum anum wi abobodam na binum adane am robbers na binum anum apetesiawu ese usidani nyina san de si owie a na wanya animdiefo a ebetimi ya manage dan no ama wo a yentimi mpenti yentimi hweso as caretakers yentimi manage emani nyina kran so mfa ma ho adan bebre wo Ghana ha no ma me no kase ya and I'm telling you sometimes when I go to our public sector public service buildings mu na me rabu a na me ra ho ama my Ghana simply because you are not smart enough and create nimdie dodo awoye mayimu eti you are not lucky enough and create nimdie dodo awoye mayimu tito no na ya de nyansa ena mpanimfo di buman baby aya ba bedru sesei wunim nyansa se dien na se technology wuntimi nyusu a wakachire baby aya bedru sesei sa digitalization world na ye kana me wabrochire United Kingdom and sana move into their digitization platform 1994 me copy United Kingdom no me wo hobby and start fiber optic cables na sata ma na TV ya tikopo na kuta bi na UK na mo ansa ne ye call plasma ansa ne ye ba call this flat screen and money ade aba na TV ni kwa bi wa ya chia na bunumu mienu obo dem na wo hwe internet abam ye na utim ubetimi de asua ade o TV so wa bra wo use remote control wunnim dia ba den na watimi a control me kra me fie enkwala ni technological advancement e wo me fie United Kingdom eduru ba bi a me frɛ wo no mo ba setting yam ni bi ama me na me so ma hwe TV ni bi
okay
ba bi awiase keka kono enye search nyigye na wo parliament ni nya no omunyai omunyina both side omunyai they should stop it and this new message this thing that has happened has become good news for them to bury their bad news because they don't have a message look you're a mama be catch the Ghana for and I'm giving you two specific policy directions or see on the 24-hour economy ebeba ama Ghana for ehun say enu na ebe ma wo mo asitine mo yeye enu na ebe ma wo ho hare wo mo enu na betimi ama wo mo say yes o man ya kekere no na ye bisa ne say ye wura mama wada roma a flagship policy nyabotre na kirekire yemu na yantiase because wasem na wo kan no kura nyame anim ne yantiase ya papa no ba bontine woni musem o kan
David
na mama fankofo bi omdi kan be kasa ho ye wo ku je to abla kwa woni ma de konti a waye din wo 24 hour economy ho wote o munka oba e wo so mbo mbo ba besisi airport wo Ghana ha nyina na nkire mo de buy no na wo social media me tie bi me ono ane na ekasa fosu kwache unzo onum kasa pa what is o ka 24 hour economy ho asem wo si wono de wo achefo nyina ba kwa ko ye adwuma anajo na mo akoda no mo so da ya na mu di wo ache papa ba ko ba e wo si wono de 24 hour no wo mo baba ba yen enyata no ne mponko ne mfunumu na yanya bia hyepo akwa abonten akoton ana yesi yewura mama no ankasa se watiesi platform so na afre de oso obekasa wo ho etida no se in fact ye ka so wo mo call launch o manifesto no mani jepa but okogina wanka ho hwe na chire ye onya platform so person kan ho asem nsem o kan ma me ma obi o se nyame ya adumu a tete wona na ye ko disco no
Hot 93.9
wonu oba ma disco ye kona na do no ye 24 hours ye wa mama ne kan yo nyame na meka 24-hour economy atonso na no me betina ha ekyerɛ pillars mienu a yɛmfa emisa nipa no mienu a omu ɛwɔ soro na maka kyerɛ sɛ baako ne yɛpo ba bedi o ma na anim no yɛmisa omu ne sɛ obia ba o se me ba meye wei look ɔman no sikasɛm no sɛ eni hɔ a na enyina yi a ne obia ka bia oboa ɔman sikasɛm ɛyɛ ne micro economy macro economy ɛno ni sikadua no enti sikadua no na te sɛ anka ya dua ama na so wagusunsuo yie na agintim yie na agunshrene na aso na etiti gu fom no ɛno bi ɛna afa obi etito fom no obi fa na o social boy na ebi anana afre ne sɛ be hyame mpaboa ma me na otwea ne ka micro ɛhɔ na operate na social boy ewie ye no no so de akoto koko kanka ba akoto fo eto fom no koko wura ne ma ye to maame na oti dwam ho no ono so ne ma ye to eti micro na macro economy o mu cheche mu aye ntiase nyina eno ani mienu yi batie
no alande chama
me lande yeah se obi betimi aka se yaman security mebo ho ban yi a ohia se otimi kire ye kwan kro a obabo ye sikasem ho ban yi
okay
so obi ka se obetimi up my school no education no agina ne naso na ayete se ne tie na mpa ese so otimi ma ye hunu se e kwan ban no obefa so obabo ye sikasem no ho ban because you need money to have good transport system. You need money to have education papa. You need money to have healthcare system papa. You need money. As I say, they run bibia wo ye wo oman ni mu nyina. Eti me no say omo keka sana na ye mesere na no credit score policy na me de ba ya me de ba chechire mu a wotiefo tie ye no. That is the way forward. Because as I say Ghana ha sikana sisa demu ni nyina atimi pie ba abonten na e banks numu na a circulating round now people have access to credit and no ne yade tia brochire and no na brochire fo nyina obi a wo so opese otuku akọ ene omo di ka akọ na no obi a de and no na sustaining western world abepimene eti me yewa mahama and na me de da bia me pese me my question no omra bontin because you see niema na all kanu and talk
the all can say NDC any message to the MPs no
omo seda because omo say you baumia nipa tu di na chi nipa e body ne so organic papa kan you baumia ho brasenti and the policy direction nti nipa tu di na chi no nipa shadow ada na NDC for entimi mfa you mama aprobo me work omu platform ye nyina platform so adenti NDC for enya proud na omu timi say you mama na ba bia oko yemfo ye ni nachi na omu di na sie they should come and tell Ghana
Kingsley Aduma Japan of a Kenyan friend who NPP UK branch chairman ewe na atene kano na Richard Suman so ha movement and so atena say Richard in 10 minutes my hair so betimi asamina up offer dey no see interest MPs ni message NDC campaign guntina de ekoso parliament ni ho
yo midasi bebre normally no the two political
Hot 93.9
leadership now was here, which is the NDC and the NPP. You know, Obia won invested interest in Ghana's future, present and future. And you know, Obia ka semna Okano in the way favor no the party, and that is a fair way to go.
Okay.
But the only thing I make I say, when my senior brother was making his submission, on 2 different occasions, it is either the left or the right.
Okay.
Now I want to play to the people of God and country. Say it is only people who don't know much about history who thinks that everything in society is cast in stone. Say forever until Jesus Christ come from wherever he is seated. No, it must be NDC or NPP. I think we need to demystify our perception. No, now you Ghana for no sanka the echoes of parliament. No. If we were to be having an all-inclusive government, a union government where everybody is on the table, no, issue that will go to parliament for debate, will be debate in the ultimate interest of the country. Nothing that will be debated mostly in the interest of the political party. And say, and what transpired in parliament, a child's game. A disgrace to Ghana on international platform. Yes, a child's game, because you see, you see, what is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. And now the yema kwesino onwasu yema akusia. And say if say you are in parliament and there is something that says that once you are not there representing the interest of a certain political group in Ujina or also Edinburgh Parliament, and whether it's futuristic or it's present, once you have made up your mind that you are parting ways with them and going your independent way, at least natural law will tell you that the seat you are seated on, already you have vacated it in disguise. But what you must say, and say Banu say. There were 3 arms of government. Now you have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And with that, everybody has the right to interpret the constitution however or whichever way he or she wants it. And they said, and then Biom said he's interpreting the constitution based on precedent. Now, Yasati said, once you have declared your intent that I no longer will contest on the ticket of party A, now Mijina Sudiba Parliament, therefore, no what forfeiting will right to continually sit on that seat working for them, and based on that or taking decision. Fine, he has done that, but everybody also understand that the judiciary also have an oversight responsibility of interpreting some aspect of constitution. And it's everyone said majority for ECO Supreme Court to go and seek further interpretation of the law. And also it is in their right. It's not something that they have made any mistake. It's a legitimate right. So in a nutshell, Mecca say, if assuming say the people have come to consensus that everything we are doing is in the ultimate interest of the state, and this thing wouldn't have happened in the first place. Because one party is feeling that they have some few days to election. There are some government businesses that I want to curtail it, or I want to frustrate it so that they cannot execute it. Somebody is also thinking that there are some pending issues that I really have to push it hard before the election. So if I'm on the majority side, it gives me the better chances of pushing it. If I'm on the majority side, it gives me the better option of truncating it. And one I echo to parliament. So it's all about themselves, sincerely speaking. And the America Kakrani said, me, I'm not really here to talk about who is right or who is wrong. I am only here to advocate, say, Mr. Ghana for, say, this country belongs to all of us. We are all educated. And education, it is me, brother, can I say, give me education. Education is good, but proud before education, but we have what we call native intelligence. So fine, I may not be educated, but I can have native intelligence that will let me know that if I smoke, if I drink, and I do everything excessively, I may get an effect. And no interest say school and now we have opportunity to go to free education and stand able to me determine how you should be able to manage your life. That one I may beg to differ. in as much as I know, say education is extremely what important. Sebi when you are hano yanko kakra and kayen to me beheden ebetraha. And the American say ye can yamana yen say afi election where yen komunum. Alan Kojo has been part of the NPP. Yes. Individually, we are contributing significantly to the achievements of the NPP party. Okay. Now, nobody also lives forever in this world. And I feel say I have built a foundation. I supported others. I gave up for others to rise, so that when after they have risen, my turn will come for me to also get opportunity to offer what God has planted within me to the people of God and country. Now, on why our ultimate sacrifice, and expecting the system to also do what? Support him. And all of a sudden, the system turns again to say that, okay, fine, we will not give you that support because you offer it to somebody on a silver platter. So we will not do that for you. You have to fight hard for it, Onuna also feels he has been unfairly treated. I decided to support Alan because I went for his persona, his personality. His personality. I am also at least 47 years old. Like my senior brother said, he's 57, at least 10 years older than me. That is quite significant. But the point is that since 2000, we started to hear about Alan. When we say Alan is a very refined gentleman. Alan is a man who appeals to Obia. Alan Obia, to me, attributing any negative thing to Alan. Sebi. Obibeka say Alan left the party because of bitterness. I don't think he left the party because of bitterness. Okay. I think he left the party because he feels that he cannot wait extra years for the honorable Vice President Biom to lead the party, God willing, or whatever it is, assuming or winning power this year. That means the next 2028 he will be contesting. Therefore, Alan will have to sit home for, let's say, about another 8 years. By then, he's somewhere around 80-something years old. He's obviously going to die and go to the grave with all that he has in himself. And he also say, Obe pull it out from the party and go independent. Also, Benin, in 2016, similar scenario happened. The president is here, and he was also part of the political system. And I know said the system is not helping, and you are in free party no more, and our contest as independent. Now the first round he got about 26%, and then he and the leading figure went to the second round. The second round he got about 67% with him as here. So conviction is if people of Ghana will feel like we have tried NDC, we have tried NPP, they are all coming on the ticket of a political party. That means that it is a winner takes all system. And then NPP, all government, there are some fine materials within NPP who are working so hard in various spaces now, but assuming NDC wins power in the December 7th election, no matter how good you are, no matter how brilliant you have worked, the seed that was sown in what build the foundation, what do lentil level, what do roofing level, they will clear you from there. Then they bring somebody else to also come and tell us that foundation where we are building, I do roofing stage, we are not ready to continue it. We also start digging our own foundation. This is where we are moving in circles.
Obiaba two foundation.
Obiaba.
So say reset in echo.
Yes, Obiaba also have two on running foundation, but continuity, we don't work with it. And you see the funny thing is that in this election, our good friends in NPP, they are trying to work on the emotions of Ghanaians. Emotion, no HSA. Ghanaians have become a group of people who everything that you tell them is free, they fall for it. Okay. They fall for it. They are not interested in quality. They are not interested in output. You understand? All they want is that give it to me free. I heard somebody speaking the language, so and I'm going to call 8 free education. Therefore, it is a lazy mind's mentality. Yes, of course. Because you see, prior to free education, our parents work so hard to educate us. Okay, so as a father, you have unaffected responsibility to take care of your child. But when we are getting to the stage, so let me just be producing. I'll produce and the state to take care of the kid now. We are becoming a group of lazy individuals. And to no stress, we need to break the duopoly. Yes, we need to break the duopoly. Okay. We need to let people of God and country know that Alan Kojo Chemanteng is a fine material. Okay. And when given the opportunity to govern the country, all the best brain in NPP, he will bring them on the table. Okay. All the best brain in NDC, he will bring them on the table. All the best brain in academia, wherever you find yourself, Alan says he will bring you on the table, so that when we are discussing Yamana, it's about what is in the ultimate interest of the country, not what is in the ultimate interest of maybe the movement for change or new day or lady.
Say, your friend Richard Suma, movement for change. Area almost about the kind I didn't come. Say the SANC to about the Malanchamanting. Bafa, also, Casano can we say, John Muhammad Guinness CPS, no, 24-hour economy. One said in your drift, but there be a mouth sound be because that way is specific. Say if you are hearing him for the first time, for the first time, no.
If you are hearing about the 24-hour economy initiative for the first time, or you are pretending that you do not know what it is about, please cock your ears now and listen to me explain it again. This is a policy that is not peculiar only to Ghana. A 24-hour economy will enable one job to be shared across 3 shifts and employ 3 persons, providing job opportunities for 3 workers instead of 1. And that is what my intelligent, eloquent, younger sister, or should I say my daughter, explained as 1, 3, 3. This policy aims to drive economic growth, improve service delivery, and create jobs in both the public and private sectors, and will prioritize the needs of our young people. And for the policy to thrive, the government will have to invest in security and public safety measures, including recruiting additional personnel, enhancing street lighting to promote nighttime economic activity. Essential components of the public sector's 24-hour service, that is for the public sector, would include a 24-hour ports and harbour, 24-hour customs service, 24-hour banking service, 24-hour vehicle licensing service, and 24-hour passport services, amongst others. I also intend to incentivize the private sector to operate 24 hours, and targeted sectors in the private sector would include 24-hour agro-processing, 24-hour manufacturing, 24-hour construction, 24-hour sanitation and waste management, 24-hour transport services, 24-hour financial institutions, and 24-hour retail and tourism services.
Nti ehono nchechemuka meaning the offer. Say unso said I specific say we are the first time I feel na utie me atinie. Okay. So nti bia wa nya different. Nti na utie ye Agya Wusu. Yes.
Onse me so hwe me submission ya ma discriminate you. Okay. Me say me ba meye we ne kan nya din. Okay. Na nia wo kasa obeye ni nyina eyesika ene ye. I will expect you say me say this is the breakdown of what I am about to do. Tell me. Because the breakdown will say oba obema yenya security around ako year 24 hours. Nipo we are so na catch say even nurses training allowance kura so ontimi ntua. O put you o si oba obe make sure say
yenche time no so
on say sisi wa be bisa asem na wo sa me try
do so anenka
ya me kra nka se
na me ka se dia I am pass one tea I can see no
Enkukon ketinketi no asemi bia no okay.
Also license office, DVLA, passport office.
It is still operationalized in 24 hours. Go online right now and Google if you cannot submit application to get a license.
Enter the last 5
No,
minutes.
tell me they make out to me.
Yeah.
See I was banking. Go online right now. So want me send and for more be. We send first electricity doom. Now want me send. We are working even that system. No crowd is done.
Okay.
But no, they all canon. He's talking about manpower work.
Okay.
And these are the people you are going to recruit or pursue or chemical for securities more. No, be a petrol station. No, Makojina, no, Omoya Bambo for. No, can the chino. Now, Mako is for Buha. Now, also will be Cosco Wuntimia. The nurses training allowance. Why was the teacher for Morio School? If you're son. Wobama omo bosumi miensa katua wontimi twia de aka no wa me ate ase se teacher training allowance wontimi twia ndi wo sa nipa wo sa be ka kire me se at this time de niema ben na asesa and that time kura mind you onu ankasa na sitrem ko ka kire se sia de yen ya ball man sikasem no kura asai that time a yeja no 14% no wontimi anye 14% GDP growth wantimi anye ene wonu ase na nado danko ekufuado ene baumia bomai sikasem na sei ndi wonu no ka ne sesi yi no e dia ben kwa ben so ene obefa obetimi abetua se sika na wo kan wasem no dia tua nkofo ka and this is I can even put it this way say if you're not careful obetimi aka say obi a con man or person or con nkofo or that so no aka waka or say say edura batwa ye de kakra any nkontompo kakra any enokre kakra ye de frafra baby a o ka asem na obi atwene bedan ya mawo no na waka no ade akyere no that is what he said.
Yen for the last but I'm say see I had 2 minutes into the last 5 but nana for 7 minutes now.
So I said me cut 10 minutes. Start me time no pa.
7 yen cut.
So kasa 12 minutes so akasa 7 minutes. I said me cut 10 minutes.
Yeah.
7 preduasa
obakasa madon mama na obakasa ma
7 preduasa asempa mekaretina asempetia na ewiase yesi obi wo ho a ompe wasem a o sa wasakora no a
ochia ne pa
anti o sa do
mama entino de menwa ti he o kekani de JDM ka ye nyina won ti se odogo bi nu abe on ti kuraso odogo bi nu abe
also questions about how the
seven previous JDM nsema wakekane de onu tu onu ene ne MPP for de enkwasi asema wo because omo nti ase ene ne obi su de beba be kire wo mase etimi ha me ho enko kire saa na ma
bound of the ne kasa yin
min kasa wo fa me I'm speaking min kasa wo me ka general adai there is no way MPP ni beba be jiwe ya tu etimi ma ya fa so wo
but I say nyankwasi
sorry why there is no way MPP ni oboma de achi enya de obeka menua Dr. Mamudu Baumia ono ne policy ni de you see the most disgusting policy about Dr. Mamudu Baumia I watch it on the TV playing catch the Ghana for say vote for Dr. Mamudu Baumia to protect free SHS. How many people are on the ballot? 30 political parties and independent parties are on the ballot. Tell me name any of them I was so about between free SHS. One person. One person
on the ballot.
One I can't about between free SHS. So which free SHS that we should vote for about Dr. Mamudu Baumia to protect? Because they don't have message. And it is about the time for MPP to know, say, free SHS, no, they have got their pay 2020. They should forget. Free SHS is not going to end them in the vote They should stop higher years every day. Emma one single vote. I'm telling you.
Conviction.
I'm telling you, it will never. They don't have policy to tell Ghanaians. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, their policy will provide. Their policy will provide. President first time to Montomami. You Muslim. Me a Muslim ni Montomami. I na first Pradam kwa sorry and I'm here na Montomami. Is this called a policy? What is the policy behind this?
Digitalization and
why is that? Why this? For what? Go through their manifestos about the thing Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is mentioned. About 60% was mentioned in NDC manifesto.
93.9.
Coding. Go to 2020 NDC manifesto. I think you better provide NDC focus on about 1 million, about 500 to 1 million youth in decoding. Go there, it's there. 2020 manifesto, it has been said. A government in power, a government in power. What would your policies yaba? You are now telling us say yen twaba man. I said ye twaba man those policies, and you think we are dummies? Yeah, Jimmy. Will Dr. Haji Mahmoud Bawumia, you have brought your policy. I would hear Juma would you say hardship about to Ghana for so taxes, airport taxes, ye levies. You cannot so be taken out, and you want Ghanaians to vote for you. Tomorrow we are. I feel now you think because we are fools. I leave it for Ghanaians to make decisions. Let me tell you, it is the people who doesn't have idea about what JDM was talking about. And
yes.
Right now, me want to almost about 100 in my backyard. Minto bi kwada adentra minya yete Ghana ha say no so obayi kan no kura pa akra na bia won tawu ota ko ye villages ya every fie bia ye nkoko wom ka chem say meboa it is because only enough resource omudi be ye more and so bi so oba bua de wo ye ni say me say see Masati komi kula ase mi na namfuo na wo ho me kwa bakoji asase bi jeji amba ya me se me wa asase enkoko nketenkete na ka so de be maye enkoko nketenkete na ka so de be ma me no me wa asase wo ho no ma me sa enkoko nketenkete bi na me start emfanye me tate de ya at least me nya kosua ton me nya akoko na ton ama sebi previous I mean ko wi nkoko funa ya kradeba common sensically this will be a sebi you don't understand this basic thing store see our stores akese ho you ni podua stores ho me boana ana memwa sebi wo ho no enti so obi ba no ka kira we say me ba me show mu kena ama we akoso a what is wrong with it? What is wrong with that? You see, sometimes the politics maybe to the extent they say seven previous assembly nipa na ikano papa ewomo no nipa mfa na nipa dia politics the same thing your friend say Mahmoud Bawumia also oba training 1 million youth in digitization is it not good? And ultimately, we can say, na say digitization there will have that one about between be ya won crofo ya train wo and that ko mu nia adwuma ye. So should I say that? No. The fact of the matter is say as long as it is going to be a beneficiary to even one person in Ghana, at least we should recommend that. Na na ku for the free SHS buy. Officer Ghana for na free SHS aboa wo mana. But the majority of Ghanaians are benefiting from it. Doesn't mean and then can we also say policy is it 100% okay? It is not. But as long as it is benefiting people, we should do what? Embrace it. Now you're working out how it will be, the effectiveness will be good. And it's 7 players between NDC and MPP. The Biom say Obia Nwa on Pegana ye. Okay. Obia Pegana ye. To the extent they say, so when you Pegana ya, and come on, Mama, ya campaign, corner one ma. Na mini as you did your campaign, because I make a say, London. ana me catch us say obi mpe wasema o say wasakro be sa achia no enti jeni ya monam a wo kasa me ne ntonde ya na Sasa mabudu ba wo mi hu ni videos nu bi. Wo da wo. O me ni andi si fo bebe yo. O wa se. Sa dia ja.
No, meda was for all this opportunity.
Yeah. Do you see your mama's video?
Me kakra say two things. I'm between two good brothers of my one. The 24-hour economy now Mahama is proposing, this is kind of thing that you tell to little children. I'm coming. You see, 24-hour economy does not happen in a vacuum. You see, unless you are telling me that there is demand, you see, demand and supply. Okay. If you are talking about DVLA, you see, when the year begins, now you register vehicles, Ubang said the early beginning of the year, a lot of pressure to register vehicles. It cuts down. It cuts down drastically. A lot of people are preparing to register their car into the next year. So if you say DVLA is going to work 24 hours, 3 shifts, people are there from, let's say, 12 midnight to 6 to 8 a.m. 8 hours. What are they really going to be doing from 12 midnight to 6 or 8 in the morning when there is no demand? When there is no demand, I'm only making.
How are you even going to pay the staff?
Now we call something demand stimulation. Are you going to stimulate demand that people should by force register their vehicles in the night? You can't do that. Now, if you are talking about passport office, it's demand and supply. Unless I need passport, what am I going to do in passport office 12 midnight to go and get physical picture of my taking to get a passport? It doesn't add up. Are you getting my point? That's what Alan is proposing to us, that he is talking about the hybrid economic management model.
Meaning?
Where, in fact, say we want to do cassava starch, cassava flour, cassava biscuit. The global demand for these things are so high. Now, say Abia, you hear 1 million metric tons of raw materials to feed that factory a day. The state must own plantations. Okay? When the state own plantation, that's on here 1 million metric tons of raw material. The state will provide 70% of the raw material. Then you can empower individuals and form them into cooperatives. Give them planting materials. Let them take care of the 30% supply now. I can't do a bunch in the Unim say, "Emrenusu for harvester. Udi share abubu yama. Udi do factory ayawe yatuya. Then the factories that you are expanding to build, they can operate for what? 24 hours. Already, like my brother is saying, hospitals are working 24 hours already. The transport system is already operating. If I want to go to Kumasi today and I go to VIP 12 midnight, I'll get a vehicle to go to wherever I'm going. Do you know why the Kumasi to Accra route is always busy? Because there is demand. If I want to go to Ho, for instance, and I go to STC 12 midnight, I'm not going to get a vehicle. Because there is no major economic activity in Volta region that is correlating with what? The activities in Accra. So why should I travel 12 midnight to come to Accra when I have nothing to come and do in Accra? Please are with me. So let us be measured in our policy proposals now editor amount for any. So Alan is promising that if you get the opportunity, bringing enterprise what? Economy. Enterprise economy. If assuming today we have 16 regions in Ghana, Brapeni, respectfully, as of every region, and is able to identify, let's say, 50,000 companies as startup point, growth point, maturity point, and you capitalize them. Directly capitalize them, inject capital in them, partner them. So we were one production plant. Now say be our bell cooler. Now our market no order, our distribution channels no order, our production plant no order. What do? You incentivize him to establish another production line and then bring a new product, because already no market, need expertise, need technical input, need order. So all I'm trying to say is that the enterprise economy that Alan is proposing, we have done it in other countries. He was invited by Nelson Mandela when he took power in South Africa. Many other African countries, they reach out to Alan to come and support them in building enterprises and expanding their economy. And to their can say, everybody is right. Mahama and his 24-hour economy, who can there? That is their position, and 100% they believe in it. Our good brothers too, on the other side, they also believe in their digitalization so much that it is the way forward. Yeah. So we are pleading to God and country and to the good people of Ghana, and he said, please and please again, just vote for Honorable Alan Kojo Chiremante. He's the number 13 on the ballot paper. Okay. So when you go to vote, don't look anywhere. Don't be bothered about 24-hour recovery digitalized. Just look for Alan in personality, his persona. Let's vote for Alan, and I'm sure all our two brothers will be on the same cabinet with him to move the nation forward.
But I say, offer me and you Oscar.
Yeah, you know,
offer there's a 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Richard Casano. Baby Ocase, Omuma Echo free SHS now, Oma Wood Dono, Omu lazy. Yeah, of course, okay.
Lazy mindset.
Yeah, lazy mindset, and it's a very strong word. Even though I won't blame him for that statement, but education in the Western world, developed countries, is even mandatory. I free. Akwala no class one for now school krano me ba eco school krano later I get me organ here I get a text message that your son so is late for school. And that one kono akwada no am school even frekra kasa akwala no yare you still get that text of notification to verify I try to say akwala na am school. And every single person in this country is entitled to education. And me mesremi say ma on Wusu sa word no fam ma and ma nipa no na whether we bio oni bio esesa akwala no school. Okay. I no na beboa ma yetimi.
But also who say wow you have to be a responsible parent.
I'm sorry to disappoint him. It is good so you all can you're right. In the United Kingdom we have private schools and there was state schools. Okay. And it's a UFO so betimi the Obako school a private and nobody should stop anybody from taking their children to private school. But if the government is saying for the development future developmental ideas and knowledge of our people. And no dear yen for omunko school dia me won't me nyadwene because sanya onya opportunity bia menim kwan afa so nyine bia kra na fie ye kakra bia obi boa kakra this time round yes obi fie ye onu so tua na tax enti how do you measure obi onu no owo sika obetimi de ba ko school and they want me it is a system no we need to try as much as we can into near digitalize the systems near identify near timi amankola atimi asuade ebeboa now enti minua nana and why are there as I said itimi bona baso because for the first time amati say okasa what timi aka chest out say Nana do danko Kufuadu ni free senior high school nearby no abo nipa bebre and that is exactly the word as I see because say okofa de ba na o ba be yama man president Kufuor yebi okofa national health insurance scheme ebaye eboa Ghana for dodona Yera Kufuor Dubai aboa Ghana for dodona eti yera bawumia say eniema na Nana do dankwa Kufuor aye
nano si
medima no si no
yes
eni ose ale na ma kwa we kasasa say no kura nya fe
o de jeza de be
enya
na ma mi we kasasa
kwa ne de enya
na kwa na ma na kasasa
uni over ke
interject ke o as a parliamentarian no
de do fa na no si de be bi eni pa run about
but still I'm a land the MS Ghana for you say baby yeah ko akotoaba we are going to make a decision.